totally baseless.
Hey, it's Totally Baseless. My name's John, and with me is a guy who thinks Memorial Day is for Alzheimer's patients. Welcome to the podcast, Dan.
I also enjoy yelling at clouds.
Yes, indeed. And a guy whose last name in the ancient Aztec language means stay off my lawn.
You darn kids.
Yeah, all right. Well, with that kind of talent in tow, let's get on to our trivia question. Oh, and by the way, thanks for all our listeners, and especially those who thought they were downloading Totally Baseball and got this instead. You know, we appreciate it. We'll take anything we can get, actually.
That's how we reel you in.
Yes, yeah, by mistake.
The bait and switch.
All right. All right. Tell me, which of these three stories is fake? Two of these are real, one is fake. There is a bride who laced her wedding food with marijuana, and several of the guests got sick. They said they were somebody vomited. I think the amounts, maybe people who ate a lot, we got a really heavy dose. And this was, of course, in Florida. And now she faces felony charges for this, what she called just a silly prank. But maybe grandma didn't appreciate a little bit more pot in her food than she expected. So a bride who laced her wedding food with marijuana. Two, a guy who went to the Vatican demanding to see the Pope. And when he was rejected, he grabbed some Roman statues, over 2,000-year-old busts, and pulled them off the wall and threw them on the ground. When they chased him, he grabbed another bust and threw that to the ground as well, because he really wanted to see the Pope, apparently. American tourist, as if you didn't know, and who threw a little tantrum there. And a guy who got into an R2-D2 robot costume and went up to Walker Ranch Studios to get a job and passed out from too much heat. He was taken to the hospital where they revived him after he passed out in the R2-D2. And needless to say that he hasn't gotten a job offer yet. Which of these is the fake story? The bride who laced her wedding food with marijuana? The guy who threw a temper tantrum and ruined 2,000-year-old busts because he couldn't see the Pope? And a guy who passed out in an R2-D2 costume, or actually the little robot, to try to get a job in the next Star Wars movie, actually. Dave, what do you think?
I'm going to say number two. Because the Vatican.
The Vatican. Okay. Yeah.
because one, if it was an American, he would have made a lot more of a mess. And two, I don't believe. Two. Yeah. And I don't believe that there would be Roman busts in the Vatican. They would probably have some sort of Christian old crap in the Vatican.
Oh,
yeah, good.
Going
point.
For the semantics, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, okay.
Some kind of bust. Yes, it is quite impressive.
Yeah.
I was also going to say number two, but for the fact that they would have beat the living shit out of this guy.
Well, I didn't say they didn't. I can't tell whether they hopefully they did, actually.
Because they would have snuck him around the back and the Swiss Guard would have really had their...
Yeah.
So I too will say number two.
Okay, you guys could both go for the guy, the American tourist who demanded to see the Pope and threw a temper tantrum. No, that one was true. In October of 2022, this is the Chiaramonte Museum. And so they said they have to now have tighter security and keep the exhibits away from tourists more. You know, one person ruins the whole thing. No, the fake story is actually the R2-D2 guy. I made that one up.
Poor little Arturito.
Yes.
Arturito. A little Mexican guy.
A little Mexican midget. Arturito.
Oh man. Yep. You can't make up the crazy shit that people do. That's for sure. For example, the guy in our first story who wore a cat costume and stabbed his roommate in the neck because he suspected his roommate was being mean to his cat. So according to the arrest report, Omar Gutierrez walked up behind the victim in a cat costume, and he said it was instinctual.
Yeah, I guess
As
he's
animals tend to do.
I guess he's not down with OPP, right? Yeah, you know me. At least he dressed up like his cat. I mean, he went the whole way, right? He's full on
went all
crazy,
in, right?
Yeah.
Did I mention this was in Alachua County, Florida, by the way?
Of course, it had to be Florida. So
Did you mention how much meth was consumed?
I was gonna say it wasn't in the article, but I bet you there was a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
If you look at the guy's
Mugshot?
picture, he looks like he probably ingested a lot of drugs before he decided to avenge his cat.
You know what? What's more disturbing? If he has that picture and he's not on drugs. That's even scarier.
Yeah, exactly. That's someone from Florida who isn't on drugs.
He's the one straight edge guy in Florida.
Right. But he had to avenge any transgression against his cat, right? I mean, he had to stand up for his cat, even an alleged transgression. The other guy's like, I don't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't have a cat.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, except for that costume. So
did the other guy try to kill him first? Is that what happened?
Cats, I hate cats.
The guy just walks around in a cat costume all day.
There's like a huge feud that's been going on, I guess, with these guys.
There's something that's missing to this story. I know there is.
The cat was just missing in this story.
Yeah, the cat's just the tip of the iceberg.
But I like that the guy that's the victim, he said a week earlier that he was not above killing the victim. So
it's maybe a hint to like not stay there.
Yeah.
You know what? It's time to
I'm
move
not
out.
above killing you.
Every day when he gets
go.
home, the guy's like in his cat costume saying, I'm not above killing you.
Yeah.
Sitting there sharpening a knife on the couch. I'm not above stabbing you.
Yeah. Today might be the day. We'll see.
Oh, that's just Omar. He's always saying that.
Omar. Yeah, that might be your hint. You got a bad roommate.
Yeah. This guy might be one of the worst cock blockers in roommate history.
Dude, don't you see there's no pets allowed?
You're scaring the chicks, man. You know what'd be kind of crazy? I wonder what would happen if he wore like an aardvark costume or something like that. What kind of attack would this be? Or a tiger. A tiger costume would be much better.
Skinned him alive.
The tiger costume, he would have killed him, right?
Yeah.
Could have been eating him.
What? Bath salts, guys.
Exactly.
Bath salts. The #1 export from Florida, actually.
Bath salts and crazy ass.
Yeah.
And fascism.
Oh, man.
American fascism.
Before we get political, let's go into Hot Pockets. A guy in Kentucky was accused of shooting. Come on, we all know he did it. He shot his roommate for eating the last Hot Pocket. 2 roommates in Kentucky got into a fist fight over the last frozen Hot Pocket. The guy ate the Hot Pocket and then took off. The shooter went outside and shot him, as the article says, in the buttocks.
In the buttocks.
I like how this went from 0 to like 100 in no time. Quick. At first they were fighting, then the one guy threw tiles at him. The next thing you know, he's shooting in the ass.
Well, the tiles weren't working.
You don't touch that man's Hot Pockets. That's the lesson.
And what's great is the guy was 64.
Yeah.
These aren't like college kids. At first, I thought it was like 2 college kids were like wasted.
Yeah. It's a 64-year-old. I wonder if he owns a cat.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So, 2 rules when you move in. Don't touch my cat. Don't eat my Hot Pockets.
Other than that, I'm cool.
I will shoot you in the buttocks.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that when you get into your 60s, you have a more dignified, refined response to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised the guy could move around and fight somebody. Or was it really a fight? Is that why the gun eventually came out?
But they didn't say how old the other guy was. Maybe the other guy was like 90. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Beating up on
man.
old people.
it's like two, like, I don't know if this had been like 50 years ago, like two like World War I veterans fighting each other or something over a hot pocket.
Honestly, I'm surprised they both survived COVID.
Yeah. Once again, how bad do you have to be that you're fighting over hot pockets? Those things are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Or they're fucking great.
Okay.
I'm
let's
just
see.
saying.
Oh,
Hot Pocket. How much is a Hot Pocket? Cost.
oh,
Let's see.
an ass full of lead, apparently. That's what it cost.
Yep, that's what this guy paid. Let's see, $3.50 nearby. I'm sure it's cheaper in Kentucky than San Francisco. But yeah,
They know
couple
where you're
bucks.
at now.
Yep. All right. No one would dare come to 1785 Pine Street. They're looking
How
for
dare
trouble.
you.
That's all I'm saying.
I got a gun and I'm not afraid to use it.
All right.
And
Well, there's a
fridge
lot
full
of
Hot
criminal.
Pockets.
Yeah. Well, Lex Luthor isn't the only criminal mastermind out there. A guy in Colorado was pulled over for a DUI, and he switched places with his dog to put his dog in the driver's seat and then got out on the passenger side. So he said he wasn't the one driving. Trying to blame the dog. The dog was furious with his owner, by the way, for putting him in that position.
Yeah,
But
man's best
needless-
friend, right, fucker?
Yeah, man, but take the hit, man. Take the hit.
The dog was
Good time.
quoted as saying, "Really, really."
Come on. He was guilty of being inebriated.
So this week's edition of Totally Baseless is like the Genius edition. 'Cause
Yeah,
so
it
far,
is.
these
Nothing makes me feel smarter than when I research these articles.
That guy had to be drunk, obviously, because the thought process going into, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna slide on over to the passenger side and let my dog take the rap.
Yeah, because if he was on like heroin, you would have just tried to be invisible.
Yeah.
No one's driving the car, man. No one's driving the car.
Yo, Fido, just take the hit for me, man. Don't worry about it. I'll get you next time.
I doubt it
Dog's
was
like,
just
"What the-"
alcohol, actually.
Yeah, and of course the cop was going to fall for it. It's not me, man. The dog. I told him not to drink.
The dog was taken away and charged with driving under the influence.
That would have been the best ending to this story if the dog actually did get charged.
Cop takes away the dog.
Well, he was in the driver's seat, boss. What is it?
He handcuffs his paws. As they're walking away, they bring in the canine unit.
Sir, are you okay to drive? Sure.
Exactly. We're gonna have to take your dog in, though. You can come pick him up after we book him. We make bail. Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You have a good night, sir.
Not even my dog. I found it on the side of the road.
Yeah, it's some random dog he picked up because he was so drunk. He's like, yeah, I'll take hitchhikers. Come on in.
In the morning, he's like, dog? What dog?
I have a dog. Yeah, what moonshine was this dude drinking? Right? This whole sequence of events.
He was drinking. What is that? What is that? That stuff that makes you hallucinate?
What, ayahuasca?
No.
Which one?
The alcohol. That alcohol that like it's
Four Loko?
No, they sell it in Europe.
Oh, absinthe.
There you go, absinthe. Sitting there talking. He's probably talking to the dog all that. He's probably thinking he's getting lucky, right? He's like,
Sir,
we're taking the dog home with him.
He's
Sir,
like dressed like Edgar Allan Poe.
there is no dog in the front seat.
Yeah.
That would have been the
He's like, I wasn't driving, the dog was.
Yeah.
What dog, sir?
There's no dog here.
and this
best
isn't
line?
actually a car, sir.
Yeah. He's pulled over on a bicycle. Oh, shit.
Yeah, exactly. And he's on one of those tandem bikes. In the front, he's on the dog's driving.
The dog
There is no dog.
Oh, man.
I was gonna say, don't maybe possibly drink and drive.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the best line in the article is he ran from the officer when asked about how much he had to drink and was caught within about 20 yards.
Oh.
Yeah. That's so he's like, I don't think the cop's buying it. I'm out of here.
And the guy just starts running, doesn't even say anything.
Yeah.
He's like, it was the dog, and he takes off. So you knew that was a flimsy excuse the minute you started running.
He's like, maybe if I say it's the dog, it'll distract them, and then I can run away.
long enough for me to get away.
When they're giving the dog the sobriety test, that's when I make my break for it.
I'm out of here.
Mr. Whiskers didn't work out this time.
I love that he got 20 yards.
You'll get like a year per yard.
You know, he's probably like crawling, and the cop was just like watching. Should I get him now?
Yeah. He's thinking he's running, like sprinting and everything, and the guy's like crawling. The cop's letting him crawl the cop's letting him crawl for like 20 yards.
Oh man. Well, with all the LGBTQ and transgender controversies going on, the back and forth politically, let's go back to more innocent time. In 1933, police officers used to enforce a 3-second time limit on goodbye kisses on the Bronxville train platforms. So back in 1933, police were out enforcing, they had nothing better to do because everyone was working and going about their business, apparently, that in New York, the police were arresting people and giving out fines if you kissed your family more than 3 seconds to say goodbye. A different time indeed.
What would happen if someone French kissed?
Oh, forget it.
They're in trouble. I'm taking you in.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, these days you have to go in, just go into the bathroom and do God knows what.
Exactly. If you were to transport a cop from 1933 to now,
the
guy would have
exactly.
Yeah. He'd be like, he wouldn't know what to write.
They did what now on the platform?
Yeah.
What's going on?
No code for that? Yeah. Or was this actually like 1933 code for like, let's beat up some minorities? Oh, there's a 3-second kiss going on at the train station.
You know what I mean.
That Irish guy's kissing for more than 3 seconds. Come on,
get him, boys.
Come here, you papist.
Either that or like when New York cops really big pervs back then, we're just gonna sit here and wait for people to start making out.
Hey, break it up. Shining flashlights in their eyes. Break it up. Come on.
No, continue.
She's showing a bit too much ankle.
Come on, lady. Get a room if you're going to show that much
continue.
ankle. No, wait a little longer. Just a little bit longer.
Do you have like a stopwatch or something right next to them? Or
And how did this like come to be is what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
imagine it was the church was a big thing and indecent exposure and all that. So
imagine being in jail and they ask you, what are you in for?
Just my wife.
Saying goodbye a little too long.
Your Honor, it couldn't have been more than 2.5 seconds.
I don't like my wife. I don't like my wife that much, sir.
Yeah, look at my wife. Nobody would accuse me of kissing her more than 3 seconds.
Would you kiss that for more than 3 seconds? Come on.
it's like those old
You're free to go, sir.
Those gum commercials. Say goodbye a little longer. And then a cop comes out and beats you. Too long.
Yeah, it's a guy with one of those Keystone Cops hats
and
and a baton, and twirling a baton.
Pretty much is that time.
Yeah.
But like then there's like some other cop like busting gangsters. Oh, what did you do? I brought down the mob. I caught this guy making out on the platform.
4 seconds. 4 seconds. Can you believe it? No respect for the law.
He says it's his wife, but I didn't see a marriage certificate.
And he's got a funny accent to boot.
All right, Marconi, break it up.
Just an excuse to beat up on Italians.
Yeah. Different times indeed. All right. Well, speaking of keeping your banana where it belongs, a guy went to a museum and ate a banana that was taped to the wall. That's a work of art called Comedian. frequently replaced. The duct tape banana is supposed to evoke slapstick comedy, whatever the artist says it's supposed to mean. And this guy in Korea, No Hun Soo, it reminded him that he skipped breakfast that morning, and he grabbed the banana off the wall and ate it. These works of art, quote unquote, have sold for up to $120,000. I don't know if he's going to be liable for that amount, or just the 40 cents to replace the banana. We'll see.
First of all, I wouldn't call that piece comedian. I would call it ripoff, but that's just me.
So somebody paid $120,000 for that.
And they got ripped off.
Yeah.
It's subtitled "And How to Fleece a Jackass."
Exactly. It's art, man. It's art.
But did he get the NFT?
Yeah, I like how the artist didn't have a problem with that. He was like, yeah, it's all right. Of course it's all right. You put no thought into this.
You duct taped the banana.
Exactly. He's like, I need to do something quick. Bring me a tape and a banana.
Yeah. They said they replaced the banana within 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's how long it took him to go to the store and just buy another banana.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a endangered banana.
Well, they had to go to the nearest tailpipe and pull one out.
No banana in the tailpipe.
See, it's not like the guys that were throwing tomato soup on the Van Goghs, right?
Yeah, those are works of art. This is
if they ate the Van Gogh, I guess that would be the same kind of thing.
Yeah, no, this is the kid that forgot his homework assignment that was due the next morning. Oh shit, what do I got?
Yeah, and then the guy who did it was kind of doing just a, hey, look at me. Because it wasn't like he was hungry. He went there for the specific purpose of saying, this is a piece of crap. I'm going to eat it.
Well, I hope he was hungry, because if he's eating crap, that's not good.
Nothing screams more like, hey, look at me, than three guys trying to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, but we're not charging people.
We're not
it,
eating
right?
bananas.
I'm not charging 120,000 and calling this a work of art.
I just accidentally sat down in front of my computer and started talking.
But no one's paying for it.
Yeah. Well, maybe
at first I thought the guy was just high. It was like one of those things where like the guy walked in high to like a gallery and just like,
but
he was doing it on purpose, right?
It was planned. He was doing art,
a reverse banana.
He's doing the reverse banana.
Yeah, he's like doing one of those Banksy things where when he sells his art and then he destroys it.
Yeah, like the original guy thought he was getting over. I'm going to charge a bunch of people to see a banana. He's like, I'm going to go eat the banana.
Yeah. That was the artist himself eating the banana.
It was actually.
Yeah, he's like, I got to drum up some sort of a publicity for this thing.
He just came back like with a fake mustache. Yes, I am college student and you sue who?
Yeah, because no one probably knows what this guy looks like anyway, right? So I'm gonna eat this banana. I'm doing art also.
It'd be different if it was a 2,000-year-old banana.
Yeah, then I would pay money to see that guy eat it.
Yeah, I would pay $120,000.
Like,
go ahead,
take a bite.
Banana.
Come on, eat the whole
Come on,
thing.
Mr. Funny Guy. Come on, funny pants. Banana.
He's like,
put it on your YouTube.
He's like, this has gone terribly wrong.
I'd like to back out of this prank now, sir.
Yeah. Can I take it all back, please?
A cop from 1933 would have beat him senseless.
Don't touch the banana.
Or a Hot Pocket.
Or someone's cat.
Yeah.
It all ties together. See, you got the theme. You got the theme going.
Oh, man.
Don't be messing with OPP. Right? Other people's property.
Yeah.
Other people's plátanos, even.
Exactly.
Other people's bananas, yeah.
Plantains.
Other people's plátanos.
Other people's plantains.
Ah.
You down with
like
OPP?
Fruit puns.
Yeah, I'd like to see him stick that banana in his mouth. Oh, is that
You do that with the Hot Pocket, kid? I'll shit you in the ass.
Yeah, where's that roommate when you need him, right?
Right?
The security guard at the art museum.
Yeah, they need to hire that 64-year-old guy.
Yeah, they're like, imagine that's your hot pocket. Don't let anyone touch it.
Yeah, you got to know how to motivate your staff.
Yeah. That should be the next exhibit. Someone tape a hot pocket to the wall.
It's about violence in America.
Yeah, and that guy guards it, but he has to be in a cat costume.
Oh man, you might be giving those guys way too much credit to be able to hold down a job.
Yeah, nobody mentioned any of those guys being employed.
That's for sure.
Right? Because usually in the stories they say, "Oh, the 64-year-old truck driver,
yeah,
plumber from Boise was no mention of any employment for any of these guys."
Listen, at the time that all these arguments happened, there was a TV on or a video console turned on. I guarantee it. And they were sitting on a couch.
Well, that's going to happen right here.
They were all watching Cops too. That would have been amazing.
All right. Well, I got a video console and a couch that's going to be used here in about 5 minutes. So let's get out of here. Please hit subscribe and thank you for listening.
Don't touch my Hot Pockets.
Oh, this thing sucks.